Okay, having a look at the tech-free question from 2021, question 19. We've got a firm aims to have a 95% confidence in estimating the proportion of office workers who respond to an email in less than an hour within plus or minus 0.005. A survey has never been undertaken before, so they don't have any past data, so they don't have a proportion to use. They believe that they can use 0.5 and that will result in the largest variability in the sample proportion. So based on this, you want to just determine first the sample size needed using the approximate value of z equals 2 for the 95% confidence interval. So that's our starting point there, is we're trying to find out our n value. So when we have our interval margin, and we've been told that margin is 0.005, we know that that is z outside of like the square root of the proportion and 1 minus the proportion over n. So we're trying to solve what that n will be. So we know that our z value is 2, we've been told that, and we are told it's the 0.0, like using the 0.5. So we're going to use that to solve for our n, and we get, and then so we can rearrange that. So dividing by 2 and then doing the square, and you should get a value of 400 for that. So using your rearranging. Then it goes on to you're trying to justify the choice of 0.5. Now that all has to do with this part here on the top. So the p hat multiplied by 1 minus p hat, the proportion, multiplied by the 1 minus the proportion. And so by having the like obviously you've got your proportions between 0 and 1, having that halfway gives you your like you're maximizing it. Now in the QCWA solutions they use a graph to show that. Obviously you don't have your graphics calculators to use there, but they use the graph to try and show that it will be at that halfway point. You may think about it in terms of, whenever you're optimizing, your maximum will always be at that halfway point. So if you are doing an area, your maximum is always going to be when it's a square, that kind of thing, to justify it. They've only got 1 mark allocated for that justification, so depending how you go with that, you might try some different values into that rule and show that the 0.5 gives you that maximum value there. Up to you how you're going to justify that. They probably may take some other, it just says they're just given 1 mark for verifying the decision to use the 0.5 using mathematical reasoning, so however you do that.